Hey everybody, how are you? It is your life coach and wellness coach, Matai Lopez Brown, and I am here to share with you a great topic tonight. And I wanted to talk about your purpose in life. What is your purpose? What are you trying to gain with your pathway to prosper, right? Everyone wants to prosper. Everyone wants to have abundant health or an abundant wealth or just abundance altogether. Um, they may want more out of life, right? They may not know who they are and they want to learn more and how to embrace who they are and where they're going, where they're going and what they want to do and when they want to do it and maybe who they want to do it with and how to accomplish this given goal, right? So let me introduce myself. My name is Madai Lopez Brown, and I am your badasspreneur. I am the founder of Pathway to Prosper Academy, where I work with women to come out of a fixed mindset and to adopt and adapt a growth mindset by building their beautiful self-esteem that they've always wanted, and for them to come out of suffering and silence and to dress the spirituality of the mind, the body, and the soul on their own pathway to prosper by being a super badass. Now, when you hear the word badass, don't worry, it's not a bad name. It is an acronym so that you can be blessed and delivered, achieving spiritual success. And the best way to be beautiful is by being you. So, thank you so much for joining this live. I'm just going to wait for a few to jump on. I'm going to check out my page to see if we're rocking and rolling. And if we are, I'm just going to share a few. Uh, yep, we are. This is great. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, when you think about your purpose, right? You think about ways to find yourself in life, right? So I want to ask you a few questions. Do you feel like you're missing something? Do you feel that you may want something bigger, you just don't know how to approach it or navigate yourself to gain that idea or that purpose or maybe that imagery that you have within inside of yourself that God has given you, right? We all want to achieve the purpose that God has directed us to, right? So you have to understand that one of the big impacts in your life is how you're walking in life, how you are obtaining the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding. If you're walking around all the time in a fixed mindset, well, I don't think I can do that. My friends or my group of friends, they told me last week that I couldn't achieve this. It may be too much money. Oh, I want to do that training, but it's just too far-fetched for me. I already have obligations and I gotta stick to those obligations. But are those obligations dream stealers? Are those um cliques that you're a part of, or groups of people that you're a part of, are they dream killers, right? Are the people that you are connected to, are they uplifting you? Are they helping you get to your destination? Are they cheering you on? Are they celebrating you? Right? A lot of times, we tend to celebrate people, but we may not be celebrated as much, right? And that puts the individual in a negative place, right? They begin to analyze and overthink and worry, and this puts them in a funky state, right? So we have to understand that no matter what we're going through and no matter what is happening in our life, we have to understand that our purpose is greater. We have to understand that the purpose that God has placed inside of us and what we want to birth out and what we want to place, right, in on the table so that we can search and evaluate and execute, right? We have to understand who we are. That's the first thing that anyone needs to do. If you want something bigger, if you want something brighter, if you want to get out of the funk, if you want to get out of this negative play or this negative arena, right? You have to understand who you are. If you don't understand who you are, you're not going anywhere. You're basically going around the mulberry bush in a circle. Excuse me. You're going around the mulberry bush. So you have to create a game plan. What is that game plan? So I'm going to give you some concepts that are going to help you in the process of finding you and your purpose, right? Meditation can help you quiet your mind, right? Focus better and help you to become one with God, right? A lot of the times when we're in our negative place and we have a lot of loud noises in our ears, right? And we may not be eating right, we may not be reading the right things or watching the right things or hanging out with the right people. These are all doors that open up, right? And brings in the negativity, right? So we have to close these doors, right? We have to make sure that we're building our foundation correctly, the right way, right? We don't want to be like the two individuals in the parables that they went to go build their home, and one built their home on sand and then one built their home on rock. The one had that solid foundation that when the waves came up, that house was still standing. But the other gentleman, when the waves came up, so did the sand. It went down. It went down right with the water. Why? Because he didn't have a solid foundation. He wasn't rooted. He wasn't planted, right? And a lot of the times, that's all God is asking for us to do. Something so simple, to be rooted, to be founded, right? To make sure that we're on that solid rock, unmovable, right? Unstoppable, not to be able to be moved easily, no matter what comes our way. And a lot of times when we begin to hear the chitter chatter, it kind of wavers us away from the path that we're supposed to be on, right? It could be that pathway to writing your book, right? Or your pathway to being a painter, or your pathway to being an entrepreneur, right? Whatever it is, whatever your purpose is, your purpose can be a motivational speaker to other young women, or to teenagers, or to children, right? Whatever that purpose is, you have to make sure that you are getting that foundation that's going to be strong, right? You're designing your map, right? And once you begin to design your map, right, you begin to create a game plan or a strategy that is able to be one with you and with God, and easy to obtain these things that have been promised to you from the very beginning, right? So there are a few things that I want to speak about with purpose. Purpose plus fire equals passion. Purpose plus fire equals passion. What is the passion that's going to drive you, that's going to fuel you, right, to your destiny, to your pathway to prosper, to that wealth, right, to that place where you're going to be able to achieve what needs to be achieved, right? Sometimes people, hey Beatrice, welcome. So some people, they have a hard time, right? They have a hard time. They struggle daily with trying to figure out who they are and where they're going and what they want to be, right? You have to understand it's so simple. All you have to do, all you have to do is to connect yourself to the one that is mighty and to the one that's on high, to the one that has created the universe, right? We have to create that map. We have to design that map so that we have a focal point, right? We have something, a guideline. We have something to go against, right? I wouldn't ever do my lives just on a whim, right? I love to have a guideline, right? So that I'll be able to execute the plan that I wanted to share with you tonight, right? So, how do you find your purpose and how do you find your passion, right? Remember, purpose plus fire equals passion, right? So, you need to get active. You need to build that momentum. It's like an athlete, and I've shared this concept before. We have athletes that run, boxing, jiu-jitsu, karate, you know, you name it, basketball, football, athlete, soccer, right? Athletes, they train, right? They train, they're focused, they're consistent, they eat right, they sleep right, just so that they can be sure that when game time comes, they win. And this is the same thing when finding your purpose, right? And your passion, right? You have to have more action, right? So if you're a person that wants to build your own brand or wants to build your business, right? You're going to find literature. You're going to study books of people that have made it in the industry of your genre, right? So I'm a motivational speaker. Who am I connecting to? Les Brown, Tony Robbins, right? Alicia Brown, Joyce Myers. Those are just to name a few, right? So with this being said, those are the ones that I want to read books from, or like T.D. Jakes or Joel Osteen. These are books that I want to read from, right? That I'm going to be able to gain the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding so that I know how to present myself to my audience, right? I have to be accountable to somebody, right? So I have a coach, right? You need a coach. You need to be accountable to somebody, right? If you're a person that's trying to train for the Olympics, you need a right coach that knows how to get the stats for you to be able to prosper in your given industry, right? Or given in your class of being that athlete, right? Or gymnastics, let's just say, right? You need that right coach that's going to push you to your destiny, that's going to train you, right? Someone that's going to be able to separate being a friend versus being a coach, right? That's going to help you understand how to get your passion, how to know who you are and where you're going, and what is it that holds you back, right? If you're a person that wants to lose weight, you're going to get yourself a wellness coach, right? And you're going to have them, right? You're going to have them help you, push you, train you so that you could be healthy and have longevity, right? So in order to get active, you have to move yourself out of the way. Sometimes we could be our worst critics. I've been there. You can talk yourself out of a good thing. I've been there. You can talk, yourself to where you're not going to do it. You're going to have fear. You're going to, be worried. Been there. If you really knew my story and where I came from, you'd be like, oh my goodness, girl. But God gave it to me because he knew that I was able to handle it. Took me a while to understand that concept, but I got it. And I'm shining bright for all to see. And I'm creating the salt that God says for us to be, so that other people could smell that good savory smell, and they'll be attracted. And they will be able to say, Madai, I need help. And I'll be like, I'm here for you. What is it? You have to understand that you have to come away from the cycle of limiting yourself, right? Of having lack. Nobody wants to lack anything, right? But you have to get away from that cycle. You have to get away from the cycle of sticky thinking. You can't gain any positivity from that. And when you begin to find who you are, right? You begin to search, you begin to evaluate, and you begin to execute, then you can move to the next step and you'll be able to separate yourself or ourselves from the weeds, right? Earlier, I had a live and I shared, are you a rose in a garden? Are the weeds choking you? Because that's what weeds do. Weeds kill. That's why when you're a gardener, you have to make sure that you take that weed with the root. You just don't want to pull the weed and not the root, because guess what? It's going to grow up again and it's going to try to kill the flowers in your garden, right? So a lot of times we got to till the earth and we have to pull up that root that may be leading us in the wrong direction. Someone asked me a question today, how can you find your purpose? And the best way is to see. If you have cloudy judgment or you're, you can't see, you're blinded by the adversity, you're blinded by the illness, you're blinded by the chitter chatter of negativity, you're never going to be able to see correctly. You're never going to be able to search yourself. You're never going to be able to go down deep and evaluate with the 5 W's in the how. You're not going to be able to be bright or be bold or be you without executing the plan of action. What is the plan of action that God wants you to do in this earth? See, everybody has a call. Everybody has a mission. Everyone has a purpose. From the day that you crowned your mother's uterus, you have purpose. There is a plan that needs to be executed in this community that you live in. Whether it be online or whether it be locally in your own community, you have purpose. You have a drive. But what's holding you back is the leeches. What's holding you back is the weeds. They don't want you to move forward. So guess what? You're going to have to get your spiritual scissors and cut the weeds. You're going to have to get the salt. Who's the salt? Christ. You're going to have to get the salt and sprinkle that on the leeches that try to jump on your back. That's the only way these leeches are going to leave you. Stop feeding these things that made you no good. Stop entertaining these negative things that mean you no good. You're going nowhere. All you're doing is going around the mulberry bush. Hey, Deb, welcome. And your experiences that you learn through life, no matter if it's good or no matter if it's funky or no matter if it's, no matter what storm tries to pose a threat, you have to understand that it was given to you for a reason so that it can build backbone. It can build tough skin. Yeah, I've learned this. I always have my heart outside of my armor, on my sleeve. I used to be very timid. Yeah, very timid. But I had to come to the realization that you can't be like this. People are using you as a welcome mat and they're wiping their dirty shoes all over your beautiful royalty. And that's what you are, your royalty, your queens, your kings. If there's some kings out here that, that are watching these lives, thank you so much for coming, But I want to speak to the queens. How can you say that you're above rubies if you don't value yourself as the jewel that God has created you to be? How can you tell yourself that I am royalty? Do you know that in your body, your genetic makeup, you have platinum, you have gold, you have rare silvers? Look it up. Look it up. When I looked it up, and I found it by accident because I was researching for my book. And when I tell you, when I found that, and you'll read it in the last chapter called The Compass. Are you using that compass that God has given you so that you can drive yourself to your destiny, so that you can create that cycle that's going to bring you to the point of purpose, that's going to light that flame so that you can have that passion? Who's on here that wants more passion, that wants more purpose, that wants to do something with their lives and not just sit on the sidelines saying, Coach, let me in, Coach, let me in. But if you don't know that you can hit that ball to the home run, Coach is never going to let you in. If you don't feel that you can hit that 2-pointer or that 3-pointer, if you don't have that confidence, you're never going to gain the momentum to be all that you can be, that God has created. Your whole genetic makeup is like that. He wants you to win. He wants you to give, he wants to give you the desires of your heart. He wants you to be that entrepreneur. He wants you to be that badass, blessed and delivered, achieving spiritual success. I believe that because, I'm not that smart to come up with an acronym like that. I believe the Holy Spirit gave me that. I may have some, so holy minded that they know what they're good, say, I don't think so. But that's their opinion. I let them rock that. Okay, if that's how you feel, no worries. Because at the end of the day, I have the choice to believe who spoke to my heart. And like I said, I'm not that creative. I really am not. I'm just open to the factor that I am the purpose. I'm the passion that Christ created. Give me some hearts if I'm speaking to the right crowd today. Or give me some likes because I'm going to post this on YouTube, right? You have to sometimes take your heart from your sleeve and put it back behind your armor. That's the only way that you're going to be able to be successful, right? And you have to understand that meditation will help you. It'll help you find who you are. And we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that momentarily. Point number 3, you're going to have to love what you do, right? Well, that's step number 2, really. You have to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, then really it's not a purpose, it's not a passion, it's just a job, really, right? If you want that purpose, if you want that passion, that fire, you're going to love what you're doing. I love what I'm doing, right? I love what I'm doing. I pray daily that I become successful in this, right? I'm researching, things that are going to help me to better me so that I can help you better yourself, right? And that's what it's all about, really. Each one teach one, right? And you're going to have, and this is point number 3, you're going to have to break up some foul ground. You're going to have to step on some toes. You're going to have to tell some people no. You're going to have to date yourself for a while. You're going to have to court yourself and find out who you are all over again. You're going to have to love yourself. You're going to have to sometimes maybe scream out so loud. People may think you're crazy, but that's okay. You're going to be able to get out all that tension and all that stress and all that negativity. You're going to be able to bring it up and bring it out. And guess what? You're going to be able to embrace your inner child, and you're going to be able to love on that inner child, and you're going to be able to do the next step, which is step number 4, the mirror challenge. You're going to be able to look in the mirror, and you're going to be able to talk to yourself and say, you know what? And you got to make it personal. You got to say, yo, Madai, you're looking sassy. You're looking cute. You losing some weight, girl. Watch out now. You're a model. You're fantabulous. You're a winner. You're bright. You're bold. You're educated. You are one with God. The heavenlies will open up and rain down a blessing on you that you won't be able to hold. It'll be running over, pressed down, shaken together, right? You have to understand that when you begin to speak to yourself, love on yourself, dress up, take care of your outer appearance, because when you take care of your outer appearance, it's like your inner appearance begins to say, oh, wait, watch out now. You have to be able to be consistent with these actions. You have to do them daily. If not daily, then 3 times a week. If not 3 times a week, do it twice a week. You have to find a time to work on you. And the best way to work on you is to meditate. And that's point number 5, right? So let's go into a quick meditation because that was my focal point, but I really wanted to touch base on the purpose, right? Because you can't really focus on something if you don't know really what to focus on, right? So now you can focus on your purpose. So I have YouTube on my tablet, right? And I have the waterfalls. Let me know if it's too loud. Okay? If you can hear me, just type type 1 if you can hear me. Type 2 to lower the waves. Right? Just type 1 if you can hear me. Type 2 to lower the sound of the waves. So basically, I want you to sit in a relaxed position, right? And I want you to put your hands on your legs. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to listen to the waves. I want you to listen to the waves, and I want you to feel like you are in a warm, beautiful, tropical place, right? I want you to breathe in, all the positivity, all the love, all the purpose that God has for you. And I want you to blow out all the negativities, the things that are hindering you. Now, if your mind is going all over the place, that's good. That means it's working. So we need to quiet our mind. We need to breathe in and breathe out. We need to breathe in love and breathe out disappointment. Breathe in positivity. Breathe out rejection. Breathe in so that you can be able to choose who you want to become, and breathe out everything that every naysayer or dream stealer has said to you. It's time to walk in your healing. Breathe in. It's time to let go. Breathe out. It's time to breathe in and breathe out. And you'll find yourself being calm. You can almost see the waves coming in and going out. You can feel the sun beaming on and breathe out and breathe in like the waves as they go out and the waves come in. You can feel the mist of the waves on your skin. Breathe out. Now, you can do this as long as you want. You can do it for 5, 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes, and you'll find yourself where your body relaxes to the point that you may fall asleep, and that is okay. It is perfectly fine to fall asleep. All that means is that your body is going to be recharged and you're going to wake up with such a vitality that you'll be able to perform for your day. You can wake up. How do you feel? Did you enjoy this short little meditation? I feel relaxed. It was only maybe 5 or 3 to 5 minutes, but I feel rested. I feel relaxed. I feel like I'm in Hawaii right now. I want to go to Hawaii so bad. That's my focal point. So I'm so happy. Yes. So when you're be able to take 3 to 5 or 10 or 20 minutes a day, some do an hour, whatever time that you have, take it for yourself. Take it for yourself. It'll help release the stress. It'll help release the anxieties that you may have, or added pressure throughout the day trying to get things done, right? We as women, we wear many hats, right? We get the kids ready for school, right? Then what happens? We got to get ourselves ready, right? Or it may be we have to get up real early to get ourselves ready and enjoy a great cup of coffee. Then we got to get the kids up. Then, we have to make sure that they're brushing their teeth, that they have their lunch, that they have their homework, that they have their bag, you got to make sure that your husband has everything ready to go, What about you? What about you? Even if you do it on your lunch break, you may have a half an hour. Great. Beautiful weather is coming. You can sit, put your earphones in, turn on the YouTube. Kids are in the park. Get your phone, click on the YouTube as they play. You may want to do your meditation with your eyes open because you want to make sure that your kids are safe. I wouldn't recommend doing a closed eye meditation while your children are at the park because safety first, right? Or maybe you may want to do Tai Chi, right? They have Tai Chi for beginners. These are all things that are going to help you find your purpose, find your passion, and give you the peace that you need. So thank you so much for coming on my live. I appreciate you. If you're replaying this, just mention replay and I'll get with you and I'll say thank you for joining, right? And if you've been on this live, please share this out. Please share this out, right? Share it out so other people can know about, their purpose, who they may want to become, right? And how to meditate and give themselves that time so that they'll be able to understand their purpose and build a foundation, right? We need a focal point, right? We need to follow something, and the best way to follow something is by being able to be one with God, listen to his purpose. You're so welcome. You are so welcome. I'm glad that I was able to come on tonight. I felt very led and very, impressed to do this live, right? So, I just want to be able to help you as my viewer, right? So, if you like what you have seen and you would like to join my tribe, please join by pressing the link bit.ly/pathway to prosper. All capital, all capital. And there is the link right there. Also, you can always press the link because I did share my platform to my page. And if you're one that wants to follow my page and like my page, you'll be able to read my blogs. I'll be doing a blog tonight, trying to get back on the, swing of things. I've had some medical timeouts, right? But I'm still pushing, and I'm still doing what my purpose is to do, and that's to help you become beautiful, for you to be a badass, blessed and delivered, achieving spiritual success. This is my movement, right? So again, my name is, also, if you would like, please check out, before I let go the proper way, look at my website. It is Pathway to Prosper Academy.org. Again, it's Pathway to Prosper Academy.org. And there you'll be able to find my ebooks. You'll be able to find literature on who I am, what my purpose is, and how I want to help you. And also, we have a boot camp training. And what I am doing is a 4-week training starting in May. I have 10 seats available, and it is $497 for that month. $497. It's $100 a week. That is not bad, right? I will be going into my website, and I will be changing because I did have a 2-month, right, an 8-week course for $997. Or but I would like to introduce to my community. I'm doing a 4-week session, and also I'm trying to see if I can get it done locally. And where I live at, we have a dining area and tables and chairs, and I can do like a classroom setting. So that is something that I'm looking forward to in the near future. And right now I'm doing the online based academy, and I do have women that took my some of my courses, right? And they tried it out and they loved it, right? So this is just the beginning of something great. So if you would like to be a part of that, you can always email me at info.pathwaytoprosper@gmail.com. Again, it's info.pathwaytoprosper@gmail.com. And you can call my office at area code 845-831-2969. Again, it's area code 845-831-2969, and follow the prompts. So let me end by saying my name is Madai Lopez Brown, and I am your badasspreneur, where I am the founder of Pathway to Prosper Academy, and I help women come out of a fixed mindset and adapt and adopt a growth mindset. So they can build the beautiful self-esteem that they've always wanted by helping them to come out of suffering in silence and dress the spirituality of the mind, the body, and the soul on their own pathway to prosper by being a super badass. Don't worry, badass is not a bad word, it's an acronym. Blessed and delivered, achieving spiritual success. And remember, the best way to be beautiful is by being what? By being you. Have a great night.